first.
Around this time last year, the lives of two men would change, and this was before the pandemic. One would return from Europe to North Dakota. The other would be asked to move to Montana.
One would get what could be considered a promotion. The other would take his place. But if there's one thing they have in common, it's that both have had to minister in a time of unprecedented crisis.
It's taking its toll.
And I know a lot of people are struggling.
And you don't have to be a believer to know that. Nonetheless, it'll soon be 1 year for North Dakota natives Bishop Austin Vetter and Father Joshua Eli in their new jobs. When we spoke in October 2019, the then Father Vetter learned he'd been named Bishop of the Diocese of Helena, Montana. Father Eli would be asked to return from working in Rome and to take the soon-to-be Bishop Vetter's place at the cathedral, overseeing the day-to-day happenings, something they both found unlikely.
Someday, he would be a bishop and I would be replacing him at the cathedral. I think, you're going to be kidding me. I was a high school student here at St. Mary's. Not in a million years.
I taught him when he was a senior in high school. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Something also unlikely, finding themselves just a few months into their new roles, ministering during a pandemic, with Father Eli himself recovering from the coronavirus.
We got to take it seriously. Put on your masks. Do whatever you can. I don't wish this upon anyone. My first several days, even first week, it was hard, to think, what if I got someone sick? And that's why it's good to take the necessary precautions.
Masses were suspended in both dioceses for a few months. Since reopening, though, not all of the faithful have walked through the doors. And so both men and their staff have had to think outside of the church walls to help parishioners keep the faith.
We've been trying to be creative with online as much as we can, live streaming masses, Friday videos on different topics.
We've now really actively entered the social media, live streaming mass.
Of course, not everyone who's suffered from the coronavirus is Catholic or even a believer. For them, both men offer some advice.
Stay connected with people, and not just through technology. I mean, that's something, but it's not the same as person to person.
Give God a chance. These pandemics are perfect times to remind us that our peace and our joy doesn't come simply from worldly things.
Both say they're praying the spread of the coronavirus ends and only the spread of the good news continues.
If you'd like to get in touch with either Bishop Vetter or Father Eli, we'll have that information on KXNet.com.